Spindrift. Hey, what's going on, everyone? POV Wrestling here to bring you a new video doing my Wrestlemania XL 40 extra large, whatever you want to call it, predictions for this year. Now, before we jump in, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss any of our wrestling hot takes and predictions. Let's get to it. Okay, first off, we're going to predict exactly which matches are going to go first and who's going to win these matches, okay? So for night one, it's Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, The Miz and R-Truth versus Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. All for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. I'll be honest with you, I think this match is going to be insane. This is what's going to kick off the show, and it's going to be such a great match that it's going to remind us a lot of WrestleMania 17. Remember when the Hardy Boys faced the Dudleys and Christian and Edge? That's basically what we're going to end up seeing. It's going to be extreme. It's going to be one of those memories we're always going to have in our minds. We're thinking about, wow, WrestleMania 40 ladder match. That was it. I'm going to be honest. I think R-Truth and The Miz are walking out as champions. Don't argue with me. I'm just stating facts. They've been building up R-Truth for quite a while now, and I think it should pay off as we get to see them as tag team champions once again. Okay, now for number two, we're gonna have Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, this match is gonna be aggressive. I think we're gonna get some interference from Chad Gable, and it's gonna be an amazing match. It's gonna lead to, I think honestly, it's gonna be a bloody match. I think it's gonna be a fight. I think it's gonna remind us a lot about Rocky versus, you know, Ivan Drago and Rocky 4, you know what I mean? So we're probably gonna have that kind of match because I think the training montage we got on Raw was a pretty good example of what we're gonna see in this match. It's the guy that's trying to get over, but I think Gunther's gonna chop him down, and I genuinely think Gunther's gonna walk out as champion. He's gonna be champion for quite a little bit longer. I think he might even reach 1,000 days. I'm just saying WWE can be a little predictable, so I think they're still gonna aim for having his title. So the winner of this match is gonna have to go to Gunther. Match number 3 of the night is gonna be Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee versus Santo Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Now we're gonna see a big rerun of what we saw last year, but I genuinely think that Dominic needs to go over for this match. So Santos Escobar and Dominic, it's good, they're gonna go over, and it's such a random match, but I think you gotta put them on the card somehow. Match number 4, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. I don't see Jade Cargill not being in this match and winning. She's gonna have to win. This is her first match in WWE besides the Royal Rumble, but it's her first Mania match, so it's a no-brainer. Jade Cargill, Bianca, and Naomi are definitely gonna walk out. Try another sip. By the way, I might have a drink in every show that we do. Every episode we do, I will always have a drink, so try to judge me if you want to. Number 5 of the night, we have Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Man, this match will remind us of the Hart match that we saw at WrestleMania 10. It'll remind us so much about Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy at WrestleMania 25. Dude, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. We've been building this up since SummerSlam. I genuinely think that Jimmy Uso is gonna go over. It's a hot take. I know what you're thinking, but Jimmy Uso is gonna go over, and here's why. Because I believe that they're gonna somehow find a way to bring Jey Uso into the bloodline. Hold on, I understand. It'll pay off later on night 2. But I think Jimmy is going to go over, Jay's going to lose, and I think it's setting up for a part 2 of a segment happening in night 2. Match number 6, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Women's World Championship. I'm just going to call it because I genuinely don't know who could walk out of this. This is one of those matches that not a lot of people are giving enough credit to. I mean, Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley have been, you know, arguing and fighting for a while, and I genuinely think that we're gonna see Rhea Ripley still champion. I don't know why. I think Becky doesn't need a title to continue her reign. I mean, she's awesome. She somehow doesn't really need a title to show how amazing she is. So I think Rhea still needs the title with her. I think there's more story to be told on the Judgment Day. So Rhea Ripley's second, match with that title, I think Rhea Ripley's walking out as champion. Okay, now we have the main event of the night. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Do I even need to say anything about this match? Definitely Bloodline rules on night 2. I think Rock and Roman are going to go over. It's a no-brainer. You can have The Rock lose. But on top of that, I think it'll tell more of a story going into night 2 and more implications. So Rock and Roman are walking out. I think Rock and Roman are going to have some crazy entrances, Cody and Seth as well. I think they're going to try their best, but I think Cody is going to get hurt. But I think who's going to get hurt the worst is going to be Seth Rollins. He's going to get some kind of injury from this match, and it's going to go into part 2 on night 2, and he's going to walk in with that injury. And that's going to be the story they're going to tell the next night. So who's going to go over? Again, Rock and Roman. Okay, because I don't have sponsorships, we ain't got to worry about that yet. Night 2 of WrestleMania 40. I think we're going to kick off the show with Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Champion. I think that's the prediction. It's got to kick off the show. It's going to be the continuation of what happened the night before. Like I said, Seth Rollins probably going to walk in with some kind of injury, and Drew's probably going to take advantage of it. Here's what I think is going to happen. Drew is going to hurt Seth Rollins and is going to aim for that probably leg or whatever it is, probably the leg or probably the knee that he got injured the night before, and Drew's going to aim for that the whole fight. Drew is going to try to go over. We're going to go 1, 2, and next thing you know, Damian Priest going to come in and cash in the Money in the Bank. It becomes a triple threat, but then the Judgment Day comes out and causes the match for Damian Priest, crowning, and I've seen these predictions before, so I'm going to go with this, crowning Drew McIntyre as not only the World Heavyweight Champion, but the new leader of the Judgment Day. Man, that's going to tell a story the next night on Monday Night Raw. All right, the second match for night 2 is going to be Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament in a Philadelphia street fight. I think we are underestimating this match. I know it doesn't have a big build, but I genuinely think because Lashley and because, some members of the Final Testament weren't there last year at Mania, I think we're going to see an amazing match, and I think it's going to blow our minds. So don't underestimate this match. I genuinely think that, this is going to be a worthy, WrestleMania worthy extreme match, especially because we're in the home of ECW. I mean, come on now. Who's going to go over? I honestly think the Final Testament's going to over. They have so much story to tell. I mean, these guys are you don't think it's a big deal now, but I think it's going to become a big deal come the end of this year, starting next year. I think the Final Testament are going to have some kind of testaments to say. Okay, the third match for Mania is probably going to be Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Now, it's a no-brainer. I genuinely think Logan Paul is going to keep this title. I think we're going to tell a story between Randy and Kevin Owens. But I think Logan's going to walk out as do his title. I think he's going to hold it up until SummerSlam because it's going to be in his hometown. So, got to go with Logan. Match number 4 of the night will have to be LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This is LA Knight's first, WrestleMania. And it's going to be awesome hearing all those yeahs all over the building. Now, here's what I want to say. I wish it was true. I've heard it somewhere that Usher's Yeah music would intro in LA Knight. I don't know why. I don't know how. WrestleMania, make it happen. My prediction is super random and funny prediction. Usher's going to come out with the Yeah song, and he's going to intro LA Knight with his Yeah song. It's a no-brainer. LA Knight's walking out as the winner. It's his first Mania match. You got to make it happen. So my prediction is LA Knight. Fifth match, we're going to get Io Sky versus Bayley for the Women's Championship. Okay, now I think Bayley's going to win this match. I think this is Bayley's moment. Io Sky has held it together for a while, since the summer. But I think Bayley's going to walk out as champion. She has to. There's so much story to tell with her, and it's going to be an amazing match. All right, we made it to the main event of night 2. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Now, mind you, throughout this whole time, there's going to be a couple segments of the Bloodline going backstage because of the implications that happened the night before with the Bloodline going over. Now, it's Bloodline rules. Roman Reigns is going to walk out with his traditional Samoan anthem, and it's going to be amazing. And then Cody Rhodes is probably going to walk out with all the gold, looking like an eagle type of guy, Homelander looking at. He's going to walk out, and it's going to be a huge build. I think Cody Rhodes and Roman, they're going to go back and forth. It's going to be a great fight, but I genuinely think the Bloodline's going to get involved. Now, here's what's going to happen. I think the predictions are true. Last year was Infinity War. This year is Endgame. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, they're going to fight. We're going to have interference like crazy. It's going to be interference like steroids, and we're going to have interference from Jimmy. We're going to have interference for Solo, from The Rock. We're probably going to have interference from Jay. And Jay, here's what I was saying the night before. Everybody was thinking, oh, well, Jay's going to go over to the Bloodline because Jimmy convinced him somehow on their match the night before. Told you to be patient. Night 2, you think Jay is going to be part of the Bloodline, but boom, he going to sweet chin music or whatever you call it, super kick all Bloodline members, and he's going to be the first interference, the first Doctor Strange circle appearing where he's going to make a comeback, beat Team Cody, and then they knock his ass down. Now, what's going to happen after that? Well, we're probably going to have interferences from people like Sami Zayn, who's going to come in. He's going to interfere. Kevin Owens, people that, we've been building up since last year, since the year before that. I genuinely think we're going to have interferences from people like John Cena. Talk about that Doctor Strange circle. They're going to appear and they're going to raise some hell. And of course, everybody wants to hear it. I think it's going to be possible Brock Lesnar's going to interfere in this match and just wipe out the Bloodline. Going to leave Cody and Roman one more battle as they're fighting the last edge. They're pushing through it. Boom, The Rock comes in, attacks Cody, and you hear this. Yep, Stone Cold freaking Steve Austin's going to walk in. He's going to interfere, and they're going to have a stare down between Rock and Stone Cold. The whole stadium is going to go crazy. It's going to be one of those moments. They're going to fight. They're going to fight it out the ring. It's going to leave Cody and Roman face to face, and we're going to have it 1, 2, 3. In the moment that we've been waiting for, Cody Rhodes walks out as champion. Man, we've been waiting so long for this. I think we're going to think Roman's going to win most of the night, but I think Cody Rhodes, this is the end of Roman Reigns' arc. Cody freaking Rhodes is walking out as champion. And we're going to see probably the greatest main event in our history. Oh, and I forgot to mention, night 1 is going to start in such an awesome way. We're going to have the return of Cena, CM Punk, and Randy Orton. One of the greatest wrestlers, all the greatest wrestlers that we've seen in our generation. It'll be a resemblance to WrestleMania 30. It's going to be these awesome guys that pioneered most of the Ruthless Aggression era, and they're going to kick off night 1. They're going to have promos. They're going to bring back old moments and old memories. I think we're going to have such a special moment with that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, for the Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre match, CM Punk's definitely going to be on commentating. Definitely going to try to, provoke Drew McIntyre, but still, I think Drew McIntyre is walking away as champion. There you have it, folks. POV Wrestling's predictions for WrestleMania 40. Are you excited? Put it in the comment section. Disagree, agree with me, whatever it is. But just make sure that you tune in this weekend and you got to cancel whatever plans you have, because I know I'm trying to cancel all my plans to see which match is going to be right and which prediction was correct. See you guys soon. Boom! Spin drift like CM Punk.